Sky turns green. Sirens wail. The air goes still. Then you hear it, that roar, not like thunder, not like wind, like a freight train tearing the earth apart. You've got seconds, maybe less. Buildings explode, cars fly, people vanish. Nature's most violent force. No mercy, no warning, just destruction. From towns wiped off the map to winds that break every record, here are the biggest tornadoes ever caught on camera. ENDERLIN, North Dakota, 2025, June 20th, 2025. Friday night, rural North Dakota. At 11:02 p.m., a mile-wide wedge tornado touched down south of ENDERLIN. EF5, the first in 12 years. Winds exceeding 210 miles per hour. Some estimates push it past 266 miles per hour. The monster stayed on the ground for 19 minutes, traveled 12 miles. Michael and Catherine Dan, both 73, died at their farmhouse a mile east of town. A third victim died nearby. The tornado swept entire homes off their foundations. Nothing left but concrete. Slabs. The tornado hit a stopped train south of ENDERLIN, derailed 33 cars, 5 fully loaded grain. Hoppers, each weighing 129,700 kilograms, were toppled. One empty tanker car, 32,600 kilograms, was thrown 145 meters through the air, tossed like a toy. Engineers analyzed the physics. To throw that weight that far requires winds well above 200 miles per hour. The National Weather Service upgraded the rating from EF3 to EF5 after forensic wind. Analysis trees were debarked down to bare wood. This ended the longest EF5 drought in U.S. history. Greenfield, Iowa, 2024. May 21st, 2024. Afternoon storms across southwest Iowa. At 2:57 p.m., the first tornado warning screamed across Adair County. By 3:41 p.m., an EF4. Wedge slammed into Greenfield. Peak winds, 185 miles per hour on the ground. But Doppler on wheels radar caught something terrifying. Inside the funnel, winds between 309 and 318 miles per hour at 144 feet above ground. Only 3 times. In history have radar measured winds exceeding 300 miles per hour in a tornado. The tornado carved a 44-mile path, destroyed over 150 homes. 5 people died. Monica Zamarin, 46, was killed near Corning when her car was blown off. Highway 148. 4 more died in Greenfield. Wind turbines snapped. Steel beams twisted like wire. Houses folded inward. The town's hospital evacuated. Debris traveled 175 miles. A photo from Greenfield was found near the Minnesota border. The tornado caused over $35 million in damage. Greenfield's 2,178 residents faced total devastation. By November 2024, only 51 building permits had been issued. 34 homes under. Construction. Recovery takes years, but the people remain. Smithville, Mississippi, 2011. April 27, 2011. The super outbreak, the deadliest tornado day in modern American history. Mississippi's Monroe County. Population, 942. A quiet town until 3:47 p.m. An EF5 wedge, 3/4 of a mile wide, tore through Smithville at 205 miles per hour. The ground was scoured a foot deep in places. Hardwood trees completely debarked. Homes swept clean off. Foundations, concrete slabs pulled up and dislodged. A semi-truck was thrown 300 yards. An RV hurled 250 yards and partially embedded in the ground. The tornado picked up the vehicle, carried it half a mile through the air, slammed it into the town's water tower, leaving a visible dent, then dropped it a quarter mile away on the opposite side of town. The SUV was crushed beyond recognition. 17 people died in Smithville alone. Another 6 in Alabama as the tornado continued. Total, 23 dead, 137 injured. This was Mississippi's first EF5 since 1966. Earlier that same day, another EF5 had struck near Philadelphia, Mississippi. 2 EF5s in one state, one day. Survivors described absolute stillness afterward, no sound, natural gas hissing from broken meters, ground soft like sponge cake. DAULATPUR-SATURIA, Bangladesh, 1989. April 26, 1989, Dhaka region, Bangladesh. A single tornado killed approximately 1,300 people, injured 12,000, left 80,000 homeless. More than 20 villages razed to the ground in minutes. Bangladesh sits in a funnel-shaped region where warm, moist air from the Bay of Bengal meets cooler continental air, perfect tornado conditions. The country has documented at least 24 tornadoes that killed over 100 people each. The Daulatpur-SATURIA tornado devastated slum areas where buildings couldn't withstand the winds. Entire communities disappeared. Bodies were never recovered. Before the disaster, the region had suffered extreme drought for 6 months. When the tornado struck, there was no warning system, no sirens, no shelters, just destruction. This remains the deadliest single tornado in recorded history. Tri-State Tornado, 1925, March 18, 1925. Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. The longest track tornado in history, the deadliest in U.S. history. It stayed on the ground for 3.5 hours, traveled 219 miles, some estimates say 174 miles, but either way, it's the record. 695 people killed, thousands of buildings destroyed. The tornado likely reached F5 intensity, though ratings didn't exist in 1925. Estimated winds exceeded 300 miles per hour in places. It moved at 73 miles per hour. Most tornadoes travel at 30 to 40 miles per hour. This one was faster than cars on rural roads. People couldn't outrun it. Towns like Griffin, Indiana, and Murfreesboro, Illinois, were obliterated. Entire neighborhoods vanished. No warning systems, no radar. People saw a dark cloud and had minutes, if they were lucky. The death toll would have been higher, but the tornado mostly tracked through rural areas. When it hit towns, the devastation was total. This tornado redefined what people thought was possible. RENO, Oklahoma, 2013. May 31, 2013, Friday afternoon, central Oklahoma. The widest tornado ever recorded. At its peak, 2.6 miles wide, over 4 kilometers. This was violent. Mobile radar measured winds of 302 miles per hour, well above ground. Subvortices, mini tornadoes rotating inside the main funnel, moved at 175 miles per hour. The El Reno tornado killed 8 people, including 3 storm chasers. Tim Samaras, his son, Paul, and Carl Young died when a subvortex wrapped around their vehicle. They were experienced professionals. The tornado changed direction suddenly, turned left instead of continuing northeast. They had no time. The tornado was given an EF3 rating because it didn't hit many structures. It stayed mostly over open country. But the winds are EF5 easily. This tornado terrified everyone. It was unpredictable, erratic, multi-vortex. The damage path was nearly 3 miles wide in places, not from the main funnel, but from the satellite tornadoes orbiting it. If this tornado had hit Oklahoma City directly, the death toll would have been terrible. Joplin, Missouri, 2011, May 22, 2011. Sunday evening, Joplin, Missouri. Population, 50,000. An EF5 wedge tornado, 3/4 of a mile wide, cut through the heart of the city. 161 people died, over 1,000 injured. The costliest single tornado in U.S. history, $2.8 billion in damages. St. John's Regional Medical Center took a direct hit. The hospital's roof was ripped off, walls collapsed. Patients were evacuated during the tornado. 9 people died inside. Cars were thrown into buildings. X-rays from the hospital were found 70 miles away. Entire neighborhoods reduced to concrete slabs and twisted metal. The tornado stayed on the ground for 38 minutes, traveled 22 miles, peak winds, 250 miles per hour. Joplin had 17 minutes of warning. Sirens sounded, but many didn't believe it would be that bad. Some ignored the warnings. Others couldn't reach shelter in time. The tornado carved a path of total destruction 6 miles long through the city's core. Over 7,000 homes destroyed. Businesses, schools, churches, all gone. Survivors described a wall of black. No funnel visible, just darkness, debris, and noise. Joplin rebuilt, but it took years, and the scars remain. Tornado Alley, the Great Plains. Tornado Alley, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, South Dakota. Flat land. Warm, moist Gulf air surging north. Cold, dry Canadian air dropping south. They collide over the plains. The jet stream adds wind shear, perfect conditions every spring. The U.S. recorded 1,796 confirmed tornadoes in 2024, the second most on record. 6 states set tornado records: Illinois, Iowa, New York, Ohio, Oklahoma, West Virginia. Oklahoma alone saw 152 tornadoes in 2024, a state record. But 2025 brought something historic, the first EF5 in 12 years. Modern building codes have reduced deaths. Warnings give people time, but tornadoes remain unpredictable. They change direction, intensify suddenly. Sometimes they're rain-wrapped, hidden inside the storm. You can't see them until it's too late. 2024 year of tornadoes. Speaking of 2024, it was relentless, mind you, the most intense tornado year in a decade. Hurricane Milton in October produced dozens of tornadoes across Florida. 4 were EF3 or stronger. Milton likely set the record for most prolific tornado-producing hurricane in history. Tornadoes hit places they'd never hit before. San Francisco got its first ever tornado warning. Through November, at least 52 people died in tornado outbreaks. Thousands injured, billions in damages. Greenfield, Iowa, Barnsdall, Oklahoma, Minden, Iowa, Marietta, Oklahoma. Town after town devastated. Meteorologists called 2024 death by 1,000 paper cuts. No single catastrophic outbreak, just constant punishing activity. And the science is clear. Atmospheric instability is increasing. Tornado seasons are starting earlier, ending later. The question isn't if another massive tornado will strike. It's when and where. Thanks for watching Earth's Dark Secrets. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us. Hit the bell so you never miss our next videos.